fellow speakers and guests. I apologise for missing tonight's speech. It did sound really interesting. But can I view these videos? Yeah. So see the password. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So our topics tonight is on the theme of the planning of Swindon. So I'm a town planner at the Swindon Borough Council, and I'm also a bit of a lazy lump, so I'm going to get you to do my work for me.
Where do you want to start?
So tonight, Swindon speakers members are going to plan the future growth and development of the town. You'll be each given a planning challenge, and you will explain how you will address that challenge as if you were the chief planning officer of the town. So logistics, so 3 minutes, and Brian has to remind me of the lights, the times.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2, 2.5, 3.
Okay, yep, understood. Good. So first up, we have you, Brian?
Yeah, sure. So
yeah. And Brian is going to address the challenge of how we can improve Swindon's town centre.
Town centre?
Oh,
Do you want this recorded so you can take it in with you?
No. Chair, members and guests. God, what a dump. Murray John Tower. Wow. Would have been brilliant. What an imposing building it could have been. What did they do? Social housing. It's a mess. Still, that's a minor issue because the biggest problem we've got in town, wind. Not that kind of wind. You all have a one-track mind, don't you? No, I'm talking about the howling gales that go through the Brunel Centre. You ever been there when it's happening? And when it rains? You know, that lot needs taking down. And in fact, when you think about it, why have we got a Swindon town centre which is worse than any other comparable sized town in the country? I have never been anywhere that's worse than Swindon. So what do we do? Knock it down? Well, knock it down? What do they do? Tented market. How long has that been there empty? I mean, what a waste of space. They should have knocked it down and built. No, sitting there empty. The number of shops which are charity shops because they can't get people to pay their exorbitant rates. You know, it's just crazy. So why don't we get the bulldozers in and take the whole place out? You know, relocate them to the outlet centre and 1 or 2 other places they could relocate them to, and strip it all out and rebuild it, and eco-friendly buildings, eco-friendly, solar power, wind power, heat pumps, all of these things can be bought and put into a system when it's built from new. You don't have to have solar panels, you can have solar tiles. These tiles are flexible, beautiful pieces of kit onto the roof, feeding your electricity into the grid possibly, but anybody who's got solar panels on their roof knows when the power goes off, so does their solar. Because electricity boards don't like you putting electricity back down the power supply when the power's off because it could kill somebody. So you lose all of your power, which is another problem. So as far as I can see, if Swindon doesn't do something about the town centre and get somebody sensible in to design a new one, they're going to lose more and more shops, and more people will be going to the outlet centre and outside of Swindon, Bath particularly, Cheltenham. All of these places have got wonderful shopping systems without having all these massive national chains. So, knock it down.
Making notes, wasn't it? Knock it down.
Yeah, I've captured that, yeah. New policy for town centre, knock it down. Thank you, Brian. Next up, can we have John?
I'm the evaluator.
Okay. Okay. Sergio?
Unless
Yeah.
you're short.
How do we address the challenge of climate change through the way Swindon grows and develops? Climate change.
Climate change. Right, more kids. That's what we do at the competitions and things, right? So, Chair, President, guests, and fellow speakers. Climate change in Swindon town centre. Now, there used to be canals. There used to be wide open spaces, and believe it or not, there was even a windmill in West Swindon. So we kind of had an idea that we could do something with climate change back then. But we filled in the canals, and we built massive, great big office blocks. Some of you may not know about a windmill in West Swindon. Does anyone know? Has anyone ever seen the windmill? Yes, there is. I remember going on holiday with my parents, caravanning, and thinking that from Covingham to West Swindon, where the windmill is in Windmill Industrial Estate, just in case you aren't quite aware of that, and seeing this great big windmill and thinking, we've been driving for hours, and it was like 5 minutes. So climate change, what can we do? We can knock down Swindon town centre. We can help and restructure all of these canals. It would be so amazing to have running back through our town and save the poor little villages like mine that get flooded every time it rains. And we can put some water turbines underneath these canals and create something of a destination with Swindon town centre and generate energy as the water flows through these wonderful canals that many people can remember from years ago. And the windmills. Let's put some windmills up. And not these ugly, great, big, towery things. Let's make them look beautiful. And we can also have those flexible solar panels, as Brian's just mentioned. And I understand about giving it back to the government for education on how you can actually have battery packs for yourself and store all your own energy so you don't need to give it back. And if there ever is a power cut, then you are okay to still turn your lights on and off. So back to all of this, I think a lot of it comes down to education. And for us, as a council, and make it a destination to go to educate everyone on how they can become self-sufficient and maybe have their own battery packs and solar panels and help to get wind turbines in everybody's back garden. And maybe in that really windy spot in the Brunel Centre would be a fantastic place for us to have some wind turbines to generate it and to really give back to the environment. But again, as I've said, all of this comes from education, and I think Swindon Borough Council could do a lot more to educate people on how to generate their own power and to help fight the climate change. Yeah.
So you want us to go Dutch with lots of windmills?
Yeah, windmills.
Yeah.
Windmills and canals.
And canals.
And canals.
Yeah.
And cannabis.
And push bikes.
And bikes.
And
And
red light
padlocks.
district.
Clogs. And clogs.
I like canals.
Red light district.
Manchester, we've got one of those already.
So, yeah, Serene and Swindon Dam are Amsterdam. Oh, anyway.
Damn Swindon, I think.
Okay. Moving swiftly on. Next up, coming up, Dave. You're not paying attention.
I was going to write a note on what you were going to say. Sorry, Karen.
Okay.
Get the time, Dave.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy. I'm out of practice. I don't know.
I did 305, Sarah gave it 256.
Well done. Well done, both of you. So next up, Dave. and he's going to tackle the challenge of congestion.
Topics, Chair, fellow speakers. Congestion could be Swindon's middle name. Yesterday I travelled from Mannington roundabout through Rodbourne, and I sat in a traffic jam for 20 minutes by the twin bridges. I don't know whether you know that they redeveloped in a new traffic system that is supposed to solve the congestion, and it seems to me it's only added to it. So how do we solve the problem of congestion? Well, as Sarah Jane, sorry.
I'll be Mary Jane, I'll be whoever you want me to be.
Sarah Jane just said, Eco, do we need to get rid of the cars, or do we need to get better road system? I would suggest we may need to get rid of the cars and encourage more people to walk, more people to ride bikes, more people to use public transport. I don't see that changing the road system in Swindon is going to